There we go. Tip off.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? This is Curt at Skip and Tosh.
Hey, it's your boy Leak. You know, man, we wanted to, the finals, the Eastern Conference Finals is popping off right now. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.
Happy Mother's Day.
And, we just decided, hey, let's go on and live stream this thing. Go ahead and live react because it's going down. So here we are.
Yeah, it's looking crazy. It's already getting off to a quick start. Bron dropping buckets. Celtics got a bucket. So it's pretty live right now.
Bron with the mid-range jump shot. Very happy to see him pulling that out and trusting that.
Absolutely.
Not thinking twice about it.
Absolutely.
Oh. Morris got to shoot that. It is vital for Kevin Love to play well. I agree. Jason Tatum's, he's rocking a whole new swag today for the Eastern Conference Finals. He's got the arm sleeve and the high socks and the under. He's wearing a lot of new tech actually. Never seen him wear this much tech in a game. So this will be interesting.
Yeah, it's looking good.
You got Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward on the bench, as well as Tice.
Dang, when they get Gordon back, that's going to be crazy.
Yeah. All right. There we go. That was great ball movement. They're referring to the comments that Marquise Morris, I'm not sure which one that is, but he made a comment saying that he feels like outside of Kawhi, he defends LeBron the best in the league.
Yeah, definitely a bold statement.
Absolutely. Mark Jackson doesn't have a problem with it. He said, "What is he supposed to say?" He doesn't know how to say nothing, but.
True.
Yeah, but he's not a bad defender. He's an aggressive defender. So, but I can't back up what he said though.
Nor can I.
No, but we'll see. He's got opportunity to establish that. I mean, he's already gave himself that narrative. So now it's sink or swim on that.
Yeah, key phrase, gave himself that narrative.
Yep. Which is something that a lot of people tend to do these days.
Yes, controllers of their own narrative.
Yep.
Basically try to disobey their handlers, and
that's right.
We see where that gets them. Shot clock violation. Was that Mr. Morris himself that just?
It looks like it. Yeah.
All right. Speaking of that guy,
I like those Boston jerseys.
Yeah, those are clean, nice and simple.
Yeah. K-Love off the glass on Morris.
Word.
Might I add. Oh. I guess. All right. Yep. Yeah, I guess you lazy defender at first. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a little bit of it.
You wanna say, well, I ain't gotta work if you take a jump shot. You know what I mean? Especially if my hand kind of up.
Like wait that bell out.
Right. Well, when they knock it down, all right, now you have to come out there. I saw the images of the referees that would be refereeing the rest of the playoffs, and it was interesting to see, how long some of the guys have been there, how many playoffs they've done. It was really cool. You got to see almost like the seniority list or something, so to speak.
That's cool.
Got that shoulder down. Whoa, blocking. Dang. He's like, it's gonna be a long series.
Yeah. Oh, he already knows. Reality is setting in.
Right. Oh, man. Look at that. He's straight.
That's crazy.
I don't know how many times you catch me doing that. Going for that Braun ride.
Right. Much love to everybody tuning in as well. Good looking on joining us again. This is live reactions to the Eastern Conference Finals. Feel free to throw the game on yourselves and watch it with us.
Yeah. And if you don't have access to watching the game, then we'll do our best to call it as important events happen.
Absolutely.
That's a nice matchup. There we go. Yeah.
Bro. Look at that. That's what I put for our. Oh shoot.
He did not.
Thanos didn't hesitate, y'all. We're just saying, no hezzy. Thanos didn't hesitate.
Thanos had no hesitation. He didn't hesitate to snap.
No, he didn't.
He just had to get his catchphrase out.
Hey, that's what these cats gonna be. That's what these cats gonna be saying, right? Don't make me snap on you, bro.
Right.
Bro, I'll snap on you, bro.
Look, I'll snap on you like Thanos.
I'll snap on you like Thanos.
Make your whole team disappear.
You know that line is coming.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Braun looking at the refs.
Yep.
Braun, the refs ain't gonna save you right now. They'll save you later.
The refs accountable. Braun stopped playing and looked at the ref. Look, you shot a bad shot. You need to sprint back and get back on defense.
Exactly.
What you looking at him for?
You airballed a layup.
You airballed. Now you want to see it. Yeah, okay. This Boston crowd is wild. Oh. K-Love on Tatum.
Ooh.
That's the matchup people want to see right there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Kevin Love don't want the body. He does not want the body.
Nope.
Tell you this, he's probably thinking it's going to be a long series.
Oh, absolutely. No question.
Yeah, Al Horford, he doesn't mind being physical. He's like high IQ physicality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got to be a little more patient, Jalen. All right, y'all. I'll be right back. I gotta go catch a piece of mail from a pigeon, a post pigeon, and I'll be right back. Yeah.
What up, y'all? Kurt's still here with y'all. Got a little commercial break. Everybody in the chat, we appreciate y'all stopping in, rocking with us. Feel free to share any of your thoughts, or if you have any questions in the chat, feel free to post them. And either I, myself, or Malik as well will answer those questions for you in no hezzy format, in the way that only no hezzy can do. In the meanwhile, while we're waiting, it's been an interesting postseason. I followed the games more than I thought I would, because there were some semi-uninteresting matchups or series that ended up, being not as interesting as we all thought. But I did my best to kind of tag along and keep up with those, and ultimately, I would say probably the most boring one so far has probably been Golden State and the Spurs. No Kawhi really kind of let that whole situation down, and we kind of covered that on one of our episodes not too long ago. But some of the ones that did end up being a little more interesting, stuff like the Blazers and the Pelicans, especially the fact that the Pelicans pulled out and dominated that series. I think we could safely use the word dominate now, because there's really no other way to describe, what they had done, to the Blazers. Oh, hold up just a sec. We'll be right back with you. Gonna get leaked back in here.
Operator.
Would you get fire wings? Would you get fire wings? No. Chipotle? Nice.
I don't like it.
Wasn't too savory?
No. Like he took a bite. Couldn't wrap it back in.
He couldn't help himself. Had to take a bite.
Great shot.
I agree. JR with these difficult shots, right? Like he Kobe Bryant or something.
Absolutely. Trying to be.
This guy don't ever cease to amaze me. He just doesn't get it.
Nope. He might not.
And I don't see why LeBron allows him to operate that way still.
In a way, it kind of gives Bron an out.
I agree.
He can always point to that behavior and say, hey, we can't. Times like that, when guys playing like that, we can't win like that.
Yep. We got to make shots. Keep the ball moving.
Yep. So it's just a lay bailout at the end of the day.
I agree.
A lay let off.
Lay cop out. Are you all right, Al? What Ole said. Oh. Painful. Oh, he's all right. Boston on a 17-0 run. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy, right? That was the most difficult shot you could take.
Back in it.
So I'm gonna let you guys know. I do have a little bit of food with me. I won't be in your ear though. But our brothers gotta eat. With that being said, Cleveland is getting their food ate by Boston. That was a massive dunk by Tristan. Man. But yeah, right now it's looking really interesting. 34-18.
It's early. Roll of the D says it's early. Lots of food left to eat. Absolutely. Absolutely, my brother.
Yo, you see that shot by Tatum?
Missed that.
Curt, watch this, bro.
Let me get that take.
Wow.
Let me tell him to run it back so I can give him my take real quick. Bruh. They better hit us on the intro on the other side then.
They got us. They got us. Absolutely. Yeah, Tatum took here we go. All right. Smooth finish.
All right, here we go. Oh, Jaylen Brown.
Oh yeah, when he went at Rozier and Tatum are wearing Kyrie shoes.
Mm-hmm. Crazy.
They're not gonna show the finish.
We need to see that. Point, they gotta show the people. The people need the reaction. The people. Hey, we're gonna bring the reaction to you guys as soon as they decide that they want to comply with the will of the people. We give it back to you, the people. We're gonna get our bang on and see if Boston can get their bang on.
Here.
And see if Branos want to snap back. Get it? Snap back. Branos is definitely active. League, I need your opinions. I need your feelings on Branos right now. Like, because we can all agree that there was a before the season ended, before the regular season ended, we all had our own feelings on Branos, and for one of the few and rare times, our take aligned with the national take. Now that's very rare because we're very countercultural over here at No Hezi, but now with where Branos is now compared to the end of the season, how have things changed?
Well, he's playing at a much higher level, and not only that, he was already playing at a high level this season, but he's essentially he's still carrying the team.
Okay.
A continuation from regular season over to now. You know, the common denominator is Bron carrying the team.
Right.
Role players stepped up during the Raptors series, so they looked really good, I guess. But, you know, we know what it is. Bron's still trying to do the same little things he do.
He absolutely is. Hey, I gotta interrupt your take real quick, just because Roller the D told us to look at the Abbey.
Oh my god!
You already see what it is, right? Bronick,
Sonic the Hedge,
Bronick the goat hog. Hey, just for the community, we're gonna go ahead and let you all feast your eyes on this. Give me 1 second.
Bron's face on Sonic. Oh,
it might have been too blurry for the people, but that is Bron's head, as Leak said, Bron's head on Sonic's body.
Superimposed on Sonic.
Super duper imposed.
So, it'll be interesting to see what happens from there. I mean,
absolutely.
He's still carrying them like he was, so I'm just looking to see how he responds to all this, my estimation was that.
I've been calling him LeBronic, says Roll of the D. I apologize for interrupting. Your estimation is if you could regain your take after such
my mind is blown. I just experienced
LeBronic the goat hog. Trying to get all those rings, right? But it seems he keeps getting poked and the rings keep escaping him. The Roll of the D, this you may have taken this into a deeper meaning and understanding than even you thought when you conceived LeBronic. But back to your take, League. By your estimation,
I think that any guy of his caliber should expect to carry this team.
Absolutely.
So this should be no surprise to be in this position, and he better not use his teammates as scapegoats either.
Absolutely.
So I'm looking to see how he responds.
I'm definitely with that. We definitely had another bout of weak mentality coming from Bron.
Yeah.
Definitely to his credit, he played all 82 games.
Yeah.
So
first time in his career.
Yeah. So there was wasn't as much lay rest, as much lay sleep as there normally is, but lay GM, traded away half his squad, and brought in, a new squad, and just like when he first came there and he got Kevin Love there and Kyrie, like he went through that rough period where cats don't know how to play with him. They know what he plays like, but they don't know what it's like to play with him, and they weren't synced up to the program. Can't even call it the program. The program is the program, and it took a little time to acclimate, but they got to it. And it seemed like a little bit of the same. When everybody got traded over to the squad, they kind of came in and for a few games, played with some energy, high expectations. And then when they had to settle in, things got tough. And then kind of Bron went into his little mental thing where, he ain't the problem. He does that, where he's not the problem. And it's easy to say because, Bron, sometimes you're not the problem, but at that same time, when you're not the problem, you're not exactly the solution either. So it was interesting to see them go through that, and then literally right as the season was ending, they closed out, very, very strong, very collectively, let's say. They were definitely together, and then now, Bron, he flipped that little goat switch that he got, and he has been had been terrorizing the Raptors. Now they hung in there with the Pacers, and he did his thing, and he closed out against the Pacers. Just based off of the fact that they took it to as many games as they did, I'm not gonna go over the top and say Bron was. Individually, it was a really good series for him, but at the same time, it wasn't a great series for him.
Because if your team can't win, then obviously none of that matters, right?
Exactly.
So got to be within a winning context.
Yep.
And despite how great he played, the series went to 7 games with the team who had Victor Oladipo as their number one option.
Yep.
A guy who made his first All-Star appearance.
Yep.
And by no means was looked at to be able to carry the weight of a franchise, especially to lead one into the playoffs prior to this year.
Right.
So he took LeBron to 7 games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
That's an indictment against Bron, in my opinion.
Yeah, I can definitely side with you on that narrative.
More than more than a token of his greatness.
Definitely an indictment of Bron, and it's kind of part of some of the antics that he pulls. But again, he is LeBron James for a reason. The results that he gets still remain and stand. They're not quite to the level of his grandeur that he along with most other people, would peck him at. But at the same time, half the people, a tenth of the people in the NBA right now can't lay claim to the success that he's had in the modern NBA.
No. His milestones and accolades speak for themselves.
They do.
So I just wish that he would allow that to happen
instead of lay tooting his own lay horn much.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's all. From there, we'd be able to assess him properly, but he doesn't want that though. And that's the thing. Bron's controlled his narrative pretty much his whole career because
absolutely
he didn't want us to assess him. He didn't want us to assess him and criticize him from a skill set standpoint.
True.
If we did, then he hasn't had a jump shot until like the last 2 seasons, honestly.
Yeah, seriously, and I would say this season is where we can officially say like Bron has a jumper.
Absolutely. You can't say he can't shoot anymore.
No.
So, you still might want him to shoot over other people, of course, but
right.
We can't say he can't shoot.
No.
He can score from all over the court.
Absolutely. All right, now, Roll of the D says he's got good court lawyers, and he's gonna beat those indictments. Likely. Again, a person of Bron's stature, how often do they suffer because of the laws of the land? Especially the laws of Leyland.
Yeah.
Clay land, if you will.
Of the land.
The land.
Yeah, not many can pin these crimes on Bron.
Not many can.
That's part of his whole mystique.
Absolutely.
That's part of the enigma that is LBJ.
AKA the charges don't stick.
Right.
AKA the Teflon
Bron. Teflon Bron.
Absolutely.
This guy's got himself covered on all angles. He's got to cop out for all situations, all scenarios,
he definitely
on and off court. Now, I can't say much about him off court. LeBron is a stand-up guy.
Definitely.
He's seems like outside of the organization, it seems like he's a great individual, a motivator and inspiration. Somebody who's constantly involved with people who one would say he didn't have to be involved with.
Absolutely. One could say Bron goes above and beyond.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Actually, no. One could actually say not alleged. These claims actually can be corroborated.
Now those claims you can stick on him. He's like a mob boss that hasn't taken an L. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
All of his L's have just been scratches on his armor.
Yeah. Notches in his leg belt.
All right, so I think LeBron's more focus was to establish himself off the court and as a brand over winning as many championships as possible.
I can definitely.
He wanted to be just a kid from Cleveland, that made it to the big time.
Right.
And he's achieved that well over.
We can definitely agree on that.
I think he gives us the notion to put him with Jordan, but that's him wanting us to do that to keep the conversation going.
Right.
Because he knows that if he did not do that, he would not be in the conversation.
Pretty much.
You wouldn't do it. You would not compare. You'd say Jordan got 6 rings, LeBron got 3. LeBron's lost in the finals, 3 times?
Yep.
Jordan's never has. He's 6 for 6 in the finals.
Never lost.
It's just
undefeated.
You just wouldn't go there.
Never lost.
And LeBron does that so we can go there with it.
Absolutely.
And the crazy thing about it is it's arguable, and that's why LeBron wants you to do it, because you can
argue the point.
Somebody would go back and forth with you on that.
Yeah, you can bring up his name. and if his
Right.
name is brought up, then that's validation for him.
Absolutely. Oh. Good boost.
So Boston up by 15 right now.
Yep.
Looks like 7 minutes to halftime. Tatum hooping in the KIs. Just a little, your game time foot hoop tech check.
Yep. He's representing for his boy.
Yeah, we call that the tech up.
He's since Kyrie is injured, Tatum is testing out the playoff tech for,
Absolutely.
For Kyrie's camp at Nike.
While Bron needs to upgrade his handle tech because he did just have a I can't quite call it an first turnover, but he definitely tried to force that little spin move.
No reason for him to spin right there.
No, absolutely not.
I didn't see anybody approaching his shoulder.
No, and you're down 15. So let's see.
You need to be as straight up as possible.
So Papa Joe 6'7" says, who is winning, Cavs or Celtics? Right now that would be the Leprechaun men.
Yeah.
Up by 15 right now. Appreciate you tuning in, Papa Joe.
Absolutely.
Definitely remember to follow us. We're going to be live streaming or at least reacting or reviewing every one of these Eastern Conference Finals, Western Conference Finals, and definitely when it comes to the finals.
We'll actually be coming back on tonight to go over the second round
Yes,
of the
sir.
West and the Eastern conferences.
Absolutely. And the game is on right now, Papa Joe 6'7".
42-25, Papa Joe. I repeat, 42 Celtics, 25 Cavs, with 7 minutes and 21 seconds left in the second.
Absolutely. So Bron at the top of the key, dumping it into Chuck Smith, a.k.a. the former Chuck Lord. And right on cue, he chucks a shot up.
This guy.
He had a defender in his face. So there's really no reason to chuck, but when you're a Chuck Lord, what is the reason? Bron with the low percentage shot. Bron with the make.
Taking difficult shots.
Absolutely.
Sign a good defense.
Yeah. All right, so Al Horford at the top running it. Shout out to Aaron Baines for being a reliable body for the Celtics. Everybody thought when they let Kelly O go, it's like, hey, that's a shooting big. He stretches the floor for you. But Aaron Baines is came in and gave them a different type of big that they need, especially to get through the offs. You got to have a body that can take a beating. And with Tice out, Aaron Baines has definitely come up right behind Al Horford and been that dependable body.
I agree. Baines has been solid. He's more than willing. He's played consistent. He's a high IQ big. He puts his body in the right spaces. He could have tightened up a little more on Tristan on that last little double team, but he missed it, and Baines got the rebound because he didn't tighten up. So it is what it is.
Absolutely. Shout out to Papa Joe 6'7". He's going to watch it. He followed, so he'll be back.
Yes,
Papa
sir.
Joe, enjoy the game.
Papa Joe.
And definitely tune in. We're here Sundays, most Sundays, and just to make everybody aware, there will be content as the season winds down. We do plan on covering, different hoop elements, also looking back and watching some retro games, reacting to those as well. And interviewing, local and potentially national hoop stars, either via Skype or in studio. So the hoop content will come, and we're definitely going to get on our predictions for the off-season moves to be made, and introduce a segment we will call here Hoop World. We've been seeding Hoop World for a long time, giving our narratives to you in a Westworld type format. And so who will be here soon enough. Kelly Armbreaker Olynyk. Yeah, Kelly Bush League O. You know, he was who he needed to be for the Celtics at the time, and lucky for him, he showed what the league showed the league what he can do to earn him a spot down there in Miami. But you know, as far as I'm concerned, if there is a coach in this NBA that is above sin, hoop sin that is, then I gotta say that's Brad Stevens. I mean, I don't really see this guy make mistakes when it comes to personnel on the floor, when it comes to plays being run, timeouts being called, encouraging words being given. Leak, what are some of the things that stand out to you about Brad Stevens? It's because it's not like we can sing enough of this guy's praise.
Man. Hell of a coach.
Absolutely.
Hell of a coach.
Absolutely.
As they would say. Brad Stevens. I like how his approach is not necessarily imposing on you physically, or aggressively delivering his message to you with threats of what would happen if you don't comply.
Right.
He's more so. He's more so intellectually imposing, intellectually inviting, I would say, even.
Yeah, absolutely.
He stimulated his players. He's got them to buy in. There's no question about the players being bought in.
No.
And he gives them enough liberty for them to express themselves, to see, with the very short leash, to see why the system works.
Right.
You know? What he's done with his player development is out of this world.
Yeah, second to actually I can't even say second to Philly because of all the had there not been the injuries over there, I would say second to none. Yeah. Second to Philly, but no, I agree with you. What they've got going over there as far as development with these guys, having to mingle with the vets and having those transitions be as smooth as possible, as few mistakes as possible. It's incredible.
And they're very, the young guys, like, you can constantly see them like to the point where it's like, it's kind of like how Pop is, the way he gives that responsibility. Like, the player is usually bursting off the seams with their kind of contained role.
Right.
And then Brad gives them a little more responsibility, and they flourish in that.
Absolutely.
So rather than just kind of giving you something right off the bat, you know?
Yep. I would definitely say probably the most fluid new NBA coach in the league.
Yep.
With Quinn Snyder being a close second.
Absolutely. I love Quinn.
Yeah.
He's also got a very apparent, but relaxed system that allows the players to have some freedom to create for themselves, but the ball is moving so much that it actually helps you out when guys are looking to create.
Absolutely. And another knack for talent development with what he's done with O'Neal, with Donovan Mitchell,
even Gobert,
and even having Neto, though Neto's been around for a bit. He's showing the most improvement he's had.
I agree.
In the last two seasons, I've kept my eye on him.
We haven't seen much of Dante Exum because he's been injured a lot. However, in the playoffs when he did play, he looked like there was no lack of effort being given.
Right.
And he's got good size already. He's got decent athleticism, so he was able to make some plays, on James Harden. So they're promising with that. They look promising with that.
Absolutely. Roll of the D says also props to what Coach Popovich was able to do with that Spurs roster this season. Absolutely. I mean, I mean, it's funny. As I was talking about Brad Stevens, like I saw Pop flash in my mind literally about 6-7 times because it's always hard to not mention Greg Popovich. But I can say that Greg Popovich, he the mistakes that he does make, it tends to be out of stubbornness. It's still very few and far in between, but Pop's about lessons. And when we know it would be best for the team for Pop to make a certain change, Pop will purposefully not make that change to teach the players within there a lesson, so that way they can take that lesson further down the line when we're in a postseason or when and they can take that with them for the rest of their careers. Yeah. So Pop is so much of a teacher that he will allow the team mistakes in order for individual players and the collective to move forward.
Learn imperative lessons.
Yeah. So, but no, definitely props to Coach Popovich, and still prayers up for Coach Popovich and
his family.
And the passing of his lovely and heralded wife. Papa G, how are Cavs losing? They're losing bad right now. It's looking like it's a is this 18 points? Hold on, wait.
Oh, wow.
A 22-point lead.
To 33.
So 22-point lead right now for Boston. And I don't want to. I'm excited for what I'm seeing, but I'm not surprised by what I'm seeing right now, just because Boston has really allowed a home court advantage to be something that they take advantage of, and they like to keep the foot on the neck.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Great play by Marcus Smart.
Right.
I agree. Boston is using home court to their advantage for sure. And their crowd is ridiculous, man.
Yeah. As the junior high school kids say, "It's lit." Right now in Boston.
Yeah, they look good.
Looking really good right now.
Guys are playing their role.
Absolutely. And again, much love to all the viewers tuning in. We appreciate you guys. Remember to follow if you don't already. Hoop content coming at you from all angles. You will see this guy, Malik the King, as well as Black Moses, who you guys normally see if you tune in, as well as the Schwab himself, the Schwabi.
Yep.
Almost like a Schwami.
Schwabi says.
Howie, a.k.a. J.R. Schwab.
So I was able to pull up the stat line as of right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting. On Boston, you got two guys in double figures. Horford with 14. Jaylen Brown with 15. And then you've got Tatum with 9. Morris with 8. Creeping up at also being in double digits. That will be 4 players in double digits once that does happen. Meanwhile, on the Cavs, there are no players in double digits. The player with the most points would not even be LeBron James. It would be Kevin Love with 8. So it's safe to say that Cleveland is in trouble right now. Listen to the thing. These guys are taking difficult shots, not moving the ball enough, Who do these guys think they are? Golden State? Jeez. If you don't move that ball, get the defense moving, make them make decisions, run sets, wide open. You're lucky. See how Boston's running sets. They're actually doing something. Oh, my goodness. J.R. Smith. Oh. Nice. Nice still. Oh. Oh. Wow. I agree. Woo! He says, shh. Jaylen Brown told him don't talk. Don't talk to me. Jaylen Brown said, if you don't want me, then don't talk to me.
Jaylen Brown showing improving.
Told Brown role players to go ahead and free themselves.
Wow.
Last shot. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I want Jaylen Brown to get it. All right. That's going to be Marcus Smart on Braun. With Braun on him. Oh. Why did I just see those two 5 up?
Who?
I just saw LeBron reach his hand out and give Marcus Smart a 5, and Marcus Smart respond with a 5. This is
that weak mental. Bron's his lack of competitive edge.
Oh my goodness.
It's really showing.
Why would he offer himself? Why would he extend himself to Tatum? Oh, to be a friend. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
No.
Make any sense. You do that to you last time I checked, you got 15 teammates too.
Yeah.
All right.
Trust me, there's a lot of people wearing the same color that you got on and need high fives right now.
They would love a high five.
Mm-hmm.
Not even need. Sometimes you don't want what you need.
There's guys on the team that don't have a secret handshake with you. They could really use that high five right now, Brian.
My goodness, man. This guy never ceases to amaze me. I'm sure somebody will gift that.
Mm-hmm.
Now look out for a thread on BX I probably make.
Shout out to all the BX members out there.
Shout out to BX.
Keep it positive, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So when you stream like this, you got to keep your nourishment up, y'all. So join in with us as we partake of the blessed nourishment.
And if you got a snack or you're hungry, go ahead and get your food right. Eat with us. Feast with us. Enjoy the game.
Break bread with us.
Break bread in the name of Branos.
For even now, you are becoming children of Branos. This is joy. This is mercy. Roller the D says, LeBron sees the NBA for what it is, entertainment. Sometimes a gladiator has to acknowledge the ferocity of lions in order to gain the favor of the audience. I mean, I definitely agree with that, and I think that's where people like Kobe and people like Bron differ. People like Michael Jordan and people like Bron differ. People like Magic Johnson and people like Bron differ. Bron has been blessed, and not that he doesn't work hard, because Bron works very hard. But Bron has been blessed, and he definitely looks at this as more of a business opportunity. You know, with he'll take his business, large order of business opportunity with a little bit of legacy on the side order of legacy. You know, MJ, Kobe, Magic, they didn't get no side orders.
Larry Bird, legacy, all
Kareem,
legacy, all
legacy. You know, and that's just a matter of what you're looking for. I myself am a person who values legacy above business. I don't scoff down at business. I am one, as Leak is one, that we would say, if you do anything with your business, handle your business. But you know, if you ask me how I prioritize, I'm going to prioritize legacy. So someone like a Michael Jordan, someone like a Larry Bird, I'm going to have them higher, or I'm gonna esteem them higher. But someone like a Bron, I will definitely respect. I'll never try to take anything away with him, but you know, he doesn't get a place in my heart of hearts. It's not carved out, you know, for Bron.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he doesn't miss any sleep at night because of that. So
No.
works out for everybody.
Well said, Curt.
Appreciate it.
It's to do exactly what the Celtics are doing right now.
Exactly.
Yeah, forcing everybody else to shoot. Bron hasn't empowered his role players enough for them to be able to deliver in moments like this.
Absolutely not. And that's exactly why that high five should not have gone to Marcus Smart.
I wholeheartedly am in agreement. Well, you won't see LeBron take 50 shots in a NBA in his final game. No, we won't. They're different types of players. That's an allusion to Kobe Bryant, I'm assuming. They're different types of players. So, I don't view them the same. I might see LeBron. You won't see Kobe Bryant pass it 500 times in his final game.
Right.
So, I mean, it goes both ways, brother. He might say, oh, this is my final game. I'm going to make sure I get my shots up. Why wouldn't I? I ain't going to say, oh, man, I really wish I passed more my last game.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I'll tell you one thing. If it was my last game, the last thing I would have to regret is how many times I shot the ball. Because I mean, coach might have to pull me, and I'm not a chucker, but I'm sorry. I mean, like as the old legends go out, we're going out in a blaze of glory.
Yeah.
Okay. You go, and if you're that great of a player, like what coach is going, you know, what I mean, they're gonna let you. They all know, and it was the last game of the season too.
Yeah, I mean, as they say in the gym, and as they say in the streets when looking for a quote unquote wifey. You miss all the shots you don't take. The last thing I want to say to myself after my final game. Now, it's no disrespect to Bron.
None whatsoever.
He's a great philanthropist, incredible father, wonderful teammate, allegedly. Great businessman.
Mm-hmm.
Takes care of his family.
Mm-hmm.
Proper role model. Put kids through college. Huge inspiration all over the world to children. Changed the game of basketball. Face of basketball. But let's be very clear. Guy's a lot different than what we're familiar with from our quote-unquote legends, especially living legends or currently playing legends.
Absolutely.
Now, LeBron James won't shoot 50 times because, quite frankly, I don't think LeBron James has the confidence to shoot 50 times.
No, he still doesn't. Even with his newfound jumper, still doesn't have that confidence.
As this is interesting because great actor on First Take though.
Yep, that's funny because he was a bad actor in the Luke Cage trailer as well.
Oh, was he? He's in the new one?
Yep. Excuse us for just a second, y'all. We gotta just make some adjustments real quick. We'll be back in about 45 seconds. Thanks for bearing with us. Had to take a quick little commercial break. We back now.
Boston's looking, I would even say, dominant right now.
Leak, what were some of those stats that you were sharing with me a second ago about the box score?
Yeah, so the score is 61-35, and there is not a player on Cleveland in double digits in any category, let alone points. LeBron James is 7, Kevin Love have 8. Those are the leading scorers. As far as Boston goes, Al Horford, well, let's see. All right, Al Horford's got 14 points. Jaylen Brown's exploded this first half with 18 points. He's 7 for 10 with 7 rebounds. All right.
Jeez.
He's looking like LeBron right now.
Absolutely.
We also have Jason Tatum with 9 points.
Okay.
3 for 7. And he's also got 3 rebounds. Al Horford with 14 points, 2 rebounds, and 5 assists with 2 blocks as well.
Dang.
He's a really good glue guy.
Absolutely.
From a really intricate position as well.
Yep. Yeah, no, a lot of people have been singing his praises on just everything he's been providing for him. Oh, wow. Oh, here we go. New Star Wars a solo story trailer with with D Wade playing the role of Han. That was interesting. So for all the Star Wars heads out there, I'm one of them. That's coming up soon. So keep an eye out for this content. It's looking good. I myself was a little skeptical along with everybody else at first, especially when you heard everything that was going on behind the scenes. But it turns out that Ron Howard knows how to direct a movie. Who would have thought? Came from TV, so remember, he could shoot stuff super fast, so that's why he went in there and reshot the whole movie. But I wanted to take a moment. Roll of the D while we were on commercial break says some of the living legends get some unbelievable whistles in their day. The shot was a push off. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Bron's definitely one of those people that, he gets his whistles too, but so many cats push off these days, and I feel like for the most part, only like some of the most egregious ones get called. As an offender, they give you that, they even give you, instead of just space now, they also give you, the ability of some physical tools. So you get like a little mini push off. I mean, that's supposed to be a foul by definition, but and not only do they give you space, they give you little tools to create space now.
They allow you to initiate some type of contact.
Yeah, absolutely. Or some sort. I'm sorry. What were you saying, Lee?
As long as the contact, or the offensive contact is respectable and not egregious, they usually don't. They usually, especially because players obviously are trying to be. He walked. He did a hop step and then a 1-2. That's the one that they call, and they didn't call that.
Yep.
But they don't call it when you hop off 2 and land on 2 at the same time. They do call it when you hop off 2 and then gallop from 1-2.
Right.
But anyway, yeah. So they allow, especially in the playoffs. But yes, superstars are gonna get ref love. That's just the way it goes. That's why the Eastern Conference goes through not only LeBron's greatness, but the referees that are on his side as well.
Absolutely.
It's almost like his fleet or his minions. If it's not him that gets you, it'll be his minions that get you. The guys in stripes.
Yep. Everybody knows where their paychecks come from. Let's be very clear.
That's right. They know who their handler is.
Bron makes the league go round.
Oh!
Al Horford with the
Al
double
Horford
pump.
with some type of
maneuver.
Uber athletic maneuver.
Al Horford with some type of maneuver.
It is 63-35.
Bro, this is crazy. Oh, shoot. A reset. Dang it. It's 23.
Nice. Okay. And look at Tatum with the new technology on his arm. He's listen, all right.
Lightweight high technology.
This dude Tatum, yeah, absolutely. Cincinnati is somewhere around
The
that
natty,
area, you know,
absolutely.
making moves from the natty. LeBron with the emphatic jam.
Absolutely.
I always wanted to say that.
Yeah, and there it was. And then history was made.
All right, and but Tatum. Now let's get to Tatum, aka Bucky.
Yeah, absolutely.
With the right arm tech.
Absolutely.
Exclusive. Or left arm tech.
It's definitely the Chesapeake soldier.
Okay, yeah.
the winter
Right,
soldier. Lightweight the summer soldier.
Right. He's got the tech. He's got the shoulder tech on the right side.
Absolutely.
And then the full arm Wakanda sleeve on the left.
Definitely. He definitely had to infuse himself with some level of vibranium.
All right. So yeah, well, that's the shoulder that he plans on initiating through contact.
Yeah, with the
also taking brawn blows. In the post.
With the M'Baku shoulder pad, with the Jabari tech.
Yo, I can't right now. All right, so there it is. Jason Tatum wearing the Jabari tech on the right shoulder with the Wakandan, with the Wakandan vibranium arm, which also is what they've used, the same technology that they used to create Bucky's arm, aka the White Wolf.
Absolutely.
All right. The vibranium sleeve.
You know what I'm saying?
Or we would all call simply the vibranium sleeve.
Sure, he definitely blessed the tech before Tatum rolled that thing up. Let's be very clear.
Oh, hey. Al Horford is in his bag.
Alberto Francisco Horford.
Shout out to the Dominican Republic.
Shout out to the DR.
Yeah.
Shout out to Haiti as well.
Absolutely. Virgin Islands, Bahamas, you know, all those
islands along that line where that trade.
Yes.
Them trades was happening
Lightweight
about 400 years ago.
The ley lines.
Absolutely.
Ley lines. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Bimbili to all our Bimbili to all of our African descendants.
Absolutely.
And Jaylen Brown. Oh my gosh. And they don't even have Rocket Raccoon with them. They don't even got Kyrie.
No, they don't. Jaylen Brown tantalizing dances.
Absolutely.
All the Cleveland Cavaliers to the bucket.
Oh man! All right, so let's see what K-Hate can do.
Oh, K with the dish.
George Hill.
All right.
From Sacramento.
Finally, he made a shot. Somebody made a shot. Okay.
Yeah, that was the first shot he's made since being traded from Sacramento Kings.
There it is. There is George Hill's first basket as a Cavalier. All right.
Lightweight his first minutes since being a Cavalier, because we haven't seen this guy too much.
There's some family at home, jumping for joy that George Hill made a jump shot. All right.
And peace and blessings to those families wherever they are.
I'm pretty sure they're related to him. But nonetheless, peace and blessings to them.
Absolutely.
We all need support. Ooh, JR finally with an effective cook that actually made some points out of it.
Right, and it took him to get a mismatch just to even get that cook off. He Lightweight needed a much smaller pot.
And he was decisive with his movement as well.
Absolutely.
He did not stand around with the dribble. He immediately attacked. All right, let's see what happened. LeBron turns the corner. Couldn't finish.
And no lay finish. So, Cleveland's. Cleveland definitely showing signs of life here. How much life? Probably not enough to stay alive. But, they do have to play out the rest of this game, so they got to believe in something, right?
Yes, absolutely. And, one would think that it would be easy for them to come to that conclusion on what it would be to believe in, being that they have a allegedly top 5 great player of all time suited up with them.
Right.
The Black Panther himself, T'Challa. I mean, this guy lives in his own kingdom. He sits at the throne Mrs. James as his, or excuse me, Mama James as his queen mother.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, his inner city version.
Ramamda.
Right, Ramamda.
Labramda.
And then you have his lovely wife and his children,
aka Lakia.
Yep. And she's held him down since high school. You know, blessings to that woman and her family. And you know,
let's not forget his trusty agent sidekick.
That's right.
Pakabi.
Yeah, absolutely. Rich Paul. AKA
Pakabi. Paul Kabi.
AKA Ebony Rich. AKA Rich Mall.
Rich Mall.
All right, let's be very clear.
Ebony Paul.
Every room he steps in, you know, he's speaking the scriptures of the one that was born to one Gloria James. All right,
as Shannon would say, Skip.
Right.
Now, Skip. You know when Ebony Paul came in there and brought in that contract. Now, Skip. It was a day to behold, Skip.
Yep.
Skip a tear shed from this here tear duct, Skip. Okay. The heavens parted, babies laughed, dolphins cried, Skip. Skip, they live in water. How do they cry?
Yep.
And if they cry, how do you see it?
Look,
Skip, they live in water. That's how great LeBron is, Skip.
He make a fish cry, Skip. Bro, so great, he make a fish cry on camera, underwater. Yeah, I can't with this guy.
Shannon is ridiculous.
But you know, Rich Paul, for those of you who don't know, Rich Paul is LeBron's best friend, aka agent.
Yep.
LeBron James, when he came to the league, he signed with a professional agent under the condition and terms that Rich Paul was able to be his understudy.
Absolutely.
His agent, we won't say his name, but he was a top handler in the NBA.
Absolutely.
And Rich Paul learned from one of the best. As you know, you don't need to learn from the best, just somebody who's damn good at it.
That's it. That's all it takes.
That's exactly what that man was. He was good enough for LeBron to choose him as his agent, who was the highest touted high school basketball player in recent memory, if not history of Earth.
He said,
at least this one.
Of Earth.
We're not going to get into alternate universes, all right? However, you know, it should be apparent who they should believe in. That's all I'm saying. If it was Michael Jordan, all that rant that we just went on for the last 5 minutes would not have happened. All right?
It'd be quite different.
All right, so he made his free throw. That is something Cleveland fans can appreciate. Let's see.
Most
LeBron
definitely.
sees the NBA for okay. You won't hear about this. Some of the living. Yep. And then Hyper Taco. Unfortunately, I can't read what you're saying, Hyper Taco. Speaking, I believe that's Spanish. If you could translate that, I would be happy to answer your question, sir. If I could not, I'm sure that this guy could. So yeah.
Or someone here in the No Hezi community. Because this is a diverse community here we have at No Hezi.
Absolutely.
Much love to our Latino and Latinas out there.
And if you do speak Spanish in the No Hezi joints, go ahead and translate that for us. Tell us what Hyper Taco was saying, and we'll definitely get to that. We appreciate that as well. If we gave you a beat, can you hit a freestyle about the game? Yeah, sure. Who's that? It's just Zaldad.
Zayad.
I'll try. Hey, why not?
Now, it's just Zayad.
Now, I don't see how you could give me a beat.
That is exactly what I was
but
getting to.
If you can figure that out,
if there
absolutely.
is tech, if by some way or form, if you have the Space Stone, feel free to teleport us the beat.
Absolutely.
We do have the tech to play the beat and record the bars. Figure it out and get back to us.
Absolutely.
Don't forget to follow. Much love to you for joining us here at No Hezi. The only place where you can get the culture, the source
Absolutely.
of the culture, the essence
He said the source.
The culture.
The very divine snap
Right.
of the culture.
Because if you want the culture, we'll give you the culture.
Yeah.
You'll be
Knee
deep in the culture.
Knee deep in the culture. Oh, LeBron with the push off. And he doesn't get the layup and begs for the call.
Finish.
And he's still walking on the other side of the floor. Meanwhile, Boston pushes it up and Al Horford gets an easy basket while LeBron is on the other side of the court complaining. Absolutely. Is this your GOAT?
Is this your GOAT? Is this your king? Is this your
in
king?
My Killmonger voice.
Is this your king?
My goodness.
I'm your king now.
Let's see. Okay. George Hill with the reverse, and he gets the basket. So the score it's a 20-point game now. And Cleveland's shown some signs of life, like Curtis said, and they've closed the lead somewhat. Obviously, they still got a ways to go. And they're in Boston.
Oh, little technical difficulty. Give us just a moment, y'all. We'll be right back with you.
All right.
All right, y'all, we back.
Yeah. So, as you can see, still domination taking process, but we are going to cover it. Thank you for being patient and hanging in there with us. Yeah, man. So, tell me in the comments what you guys have been thinking about the game so far. Curt will be right back in a moment. But what are you guys thinking about the game so far? Is it all that you thought it would be? Is LeBron holding up to his end of his legacy? Is Jaylen Brown ascending right before our eyes? Is Al Horford confirming why he was given that contract to come to Boston? I mean, these narratives are just writing themselves. All I'm doing is read the sheet. All right. Man, crumbles up the newspaper and throws it behind him. Yeah, man, it's pretty intense right now. And we haven't even gotten to the Western Conference. I mean, good Lord. Oh my goodness. The Western Conference game is gonna be I'm literally shaking in my bones. All right. The idea of watching the two of those two teams you can outshoot each other for 7 games. And the fact that with Golden State, it's even a question. Can Houston outshoot Golden State? It is a legitimate question.
It is. It's legit.
My goodness. The fact that we are here in this day and age in the National Basketball Association asking that question.
Yeah.
That is the foundation for remarkable game 1 and series.
Absolutely. I agree. This is going to be a battle. And it's going, and we're going to see the Rockets do Warrior-esque things like be down, 12 points and literally 45 seconds off of the game clock later, they're within 3.
Right.
They're within 4.
Right.
We're going to see them do things like that.
Yes.
And that is going to take it to a level that we have yet to see.
Absolutely. The stakes are higher than they ever been before.
Definitely.
The matchup, this is something that we've all been salivating towards, and for. Forward. Actually.
New word alert.
So it's like forward but French,
Right.
And it means toward, into, at, All right, forward. All right. Anyway, I'm in real form right now, as you can see.
Send us some love if you guys are feeling the new stream format that we got going on here.
Absolutely.
On this beautiful No Hezzy Sunday.
So we got Tatum on LeBron. This matchup is very interesting for a number of reasons that span back at least 10 years.
Ooh. Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and give us some of the backstory on this here narrative?
Well, Tatum, as a young child, has been in the presence of Branos.
Almost like Gamora when she was a young child.
Precisely.
I see now.
LeBron went into a gym, was training, dominating everyone. A little kid walked up to him with a jersey and a black marker. All right. And Branos looked at that kid, saw the twinkle in his eye, and he claimed him. Ooh, there was nothing Baines to do about that. He needs help. He can't. But anyway, Branos put his hand on Jason Tatum's head. He blessed him, so to speak.
I see.
With the ball in one hand, cuffed, and his hand on Jason Tatum's head.
Right.
As a young lad.
On his crown. We should say.
Activated him, I would even say. Allegedly. So Bron bestowed his influence on him. It turns out that young Tatum did have a handler, and it was his father, which is proper at that age.
Right, absolutely.
Your father to be your handler. I would much prefer that than anything else.
Absolutely.
Of course, I would allege that your handler be the Most High. However, at that age, you cannot expect Tatum to understand adult things.
Indeed.
So him being under his father's tutelage, and the fact that his father had him around LeBron James, being that he was friends with Larry Hughes, who was LeBron's teammate at the time. We all know Larry Hughes, an underachieving wing player who had a lot of potential, but was very cool, and I don't know, we just kind of all liked him. So yes, that is the Jason Tatum, LeBron James connection.
So a story that goes back, spans a decade, and culminates, or at least begins on this fateful day.
But like all things, Curtis, certain things, they either change or come to an end. We know one of them is happening right now. I'm going to go ahead and go with Jason Tatum is changing the dynamic between him and LeBron. That is a natural transition to happen when two people compete and one realizes he cannot do what he wants to do on him. and the other one realizes he can do what he wants to do on him.
Right.
So we'll see in within 7 games if it's actually the end of a relationship. We know if Lebranos, if he takes the L to Tatum, he will cease all communication with him. Allegedly. So it's an 18-point game now. I'm expecting Cleveland to make a run. I'm expecting it. I'm expecting it. Will it happen? Oh, nice. Oh my god, I was about to say. But I was gonna say I can't say they will, I can't say they won't, but I'm expecting them to.
Absolutely.
I'm expecting them to. LeBron's got something in that Gatorade bottle. and it ain't Gatorade.
little Mamba aid.
All right.
Mess with that Mamba aid.
Or I'll say this. It ain't just Gatorade.
That's for darn sure.
Some type of Oh, nice help. Man.
Going up.
Nice help by Jaylen Brown to interrupt Kevin Love's post up. Caused him to put up an awkward shot. But that's good D by Marcus Smart. He's tough, man.
He's very tough.
He's standing ground, man.
Yeah, man. Going up against big old Kevin Love.
Listen, LeBron neutered Kevin Love many years ago, okay? All we're seeing now is Kevin Love is coping with it. You know, some nights are better than others.
Pretty much. I'm weak.
Branos.
I know.
62 Cleveland, 78 Boston. 38 seconds left in the the third. I'm sorry. My apologies. I didn't mean to give anyone a heart attack. All right. Ojale misses a wide open shot. Cleveland with proper defense. They forced Ojale to take that. 15 seconds left. George Hill with the ball at the top of the key. Terry Rozier on the defensive stance. We're a little late. We're probably going to have to reset that, but all right. Take that for momentum. That's a good third quarter by the Cavs. That's a proper third quarter. That's exactly what they needed. Well, they needed more than that, but that's the start.
Is what?
That's something, if you gotta ask that question, then you need to look at yourself. All right. What's real, what's fake? Only you can decide that, brother, based off your own perception and who your handler is. All right. All right. So yeah, man, what do you think about this this display by the Boston Celtics, Curt? And Tice as well.
Tice as well.
Absolutely.
I'm happy to say that, though. Brad Stevens is putting his guys in positions to win, and I mean, Jaylen Brown is handling his business. Jason Tatum is backing him up and not backing down to anybody. The defense is on par. I mean, you got Marcus Smart, just throwing life and limb, at any would-be, scorer on their team. So, and even battling in the paint, they're doing everything that they need to win. It is going to be a series, and I do realize that. But in this moment, where we are right now, the Celtics are playing the Cavs in a way that is making Cavs fans very unhappy right now, and making LeBron fans, dare I say, afraid.
L'afraid, you say?
L'afraid. Because I know what it feels like to lose. To feel so desperately that you want the ring, but fail nonetheless. It's really frightening. It turns Bron's legs to jelly. Yet still destiny arrives. Or should I say, the Eastern Conference Finals have arrived.
ECF. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are just tuning in, you are with No Hezi. We are covering the Eastern Conference Finals Game 1 with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Try saying that 5 times fast.
Game 1 with the Cleveland Cavaliers. I couldn't even say it one time fast. Game 1 with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Game 1. Game 1?
You could just say Cleveland Cavaliers if you can get through with that.
Cleveland Cavaliers, Cleveland Cavaliers, Cleveland Cavaliers, Cleveland Cavaliers, Cleveland Cavaliers, Cleveland Cavaliers.
There we go. He tried and he succeeded 5 times.
But you try to say it 5 times fast. And Twitch clip it if you do.
Sure, yeah. Just promote you upstandingness on our own joke all over the internet. Yeah. So we are...
Anything for a like, right?
I'll like that. Oh! And M. Morris with the resounding slam dunk in the paint.
Right back to Brad Stevens and his X's and O's right out of timeouts.
My goodness.
We can have a conversation about that.
After timeout plays are like hit records, all right? and when you look at a coach and you analyze him and his career and his impact, you got to look at his hit records.
Yeah.
This guy, Brad Stevens' catalog, he's like the Beatles, all right? This dude's...
I'm just glad you didn't say he's like the Metro Boomin.
No, I'm not going there.
Thank you for not.
I would Yes, we're going to rewind time and not bring them up.
Time Stone, engaged.
Right.
Brad Stevens is
the Beatles of coaches. Out of timeout plays, hit after hit after hit.
He is some would say he's the Michael McDonald of timeout plays.
Some would say he is the Quincy Jones of timeout plays.
Some would say he is the Muddy Waters of defensive schemes.
The shaper of pop defense, of popular pop defensive culture. The curator himself, all right?
The curator of
all of these guys,
the Celtics culture.
All of these guys who are implementing new NBA cultures or revamping their cultures for the new NBA.
Yep.
They're getting their drip from Brad Stevens. Let's be very clear about that. If your
Absolutely.
culture was not established pre-NBA,
yep,
you slide by.
Definitely.
If you can hang on to that, if you can win with that, if you can be successful and keep your franchise in the modern era popular, then more power to you. But all the franchises that have tried to reposition themselves post new NBA, they have all been led by the inspiration of one Bradley, middle initial Stevens.
Bradley M.I. Stevens.
Man.
Yeah, Brad, absolutely.
And shout out to Danny Ainge.
Oh, absolutely.
The Angel.
Absolutely, a.k.a. Dr. Ainge.
A.k.a. D'Angelo. All right. This guy
Can you ask him, how does it feel?
Right. How does it feel?
I'm weird.
Yeah, this guy, I mean, he signed Brad Stevens to a 6-year deal right off the rip. Had never coached in the NBA.
Nope.
Listen,
that's crazy.
Danny Ainge is either a very trustworthy man, or he knows something we didn't know.
It could be a combination of both. Because ever since Danny Ainge made his way into the NBA, he's definitely made his own way.
Yes.
Let's be very clear.
Yes. That's it.
Guy that was not liked or loved but tolerated in the NBA for a very long time. Let's be very clear. And now that he's got his GM position, he's not playing the GM game any different than he played the NBA game. Right. He's playing for wins. He's playing for keeps.
Yep. He's getting in his elbows, sticking his leg, sticking his hip out and his knee out a little bit. Mm-hmm. He's Danny Ainge he's not leaving any stones unturned.
No.
He literally check this out. LeBron had to make Branos had to make a deal with him to get a stone. All right.
Be very clear about that.
Let's
Absolutely.
Be very clear about that. Yeah. All right. And in return, he took something from Branos. All right. His most coveted follower.
That's how Branos had to acquire that soul stone.
Right.
He had to sacrifice.
All right. Let's be very clear, okay? Jeez. No has he hoop cast. You know where we're at. No has he. All right. All right, man.
These narratives. Bro, we got these narratives. Woo! I had to clip that. I had to Twitch clip that.
So LeBranos or Branos or Lethanos, depending on what part of the galaxy you resided, how you came to know the entity, which is hell bent on collecting the Infinity Stones, aka Infinity Rings, as you would call chips.
That's exactly what they are.
The reason someone would make a chip tape, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And Danny Ainge, these things were floated around the NBA universe. Once the new NBA happened, the stones, dispersed all over the NBA universe. Once the new NBA began.
You like Wong right now. Explaining the stones. Explaining the 6 infinity rings. The infinity chips. That's what it is. It's the infinity chips. Weak,
so
bro.
we got to the score is 85-66, by the way. 10 minutes left in the fourth. Terry Rozier slams on the brakes when he encounters Branos, as he should.
Absolutely.
Unless he's ready to test or throw rocks at the throne.
Yep.
If he's not, you live to fight another day. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Boston's got to settle in. They all they need to do is play slow and smart. That's all they need to do.
Oh, nice. Yeah, let Cleveland do all the work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just play slow and smart. Yes. Pass the ball a lot.
Discretion.
Yeah.
Play with discretion. Respond with discretion. Keep the ball moving.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Danny Ainge happened to have one of these stones, and he was able to build his rebuild the Boston Celtics with that. Notice how after the big three of Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, and Kevin Garnett dispersed, it did not take Danny Ainge long to build another one, as one would say, the iconic apocalypse. Braun with the walk and the complaint, as scheduled. All right, and so Braun had to make a deal with D. Ainge, aka Dr. Ainge. He took off the vibranium face mask. And he made a deal with, took off the green cloak that has the Boston Celtics logo on it, right. And took off his vibranium, face guard, and made a deal with Branos. He dispersed he gave Branos the ring in exchange for Branos' most faithful child, Kyrie Irving.
And that is how he acquired the soul chip.
The soul chip. Yeah. So now, it seems like Ainge had a trick up his sleeve, which we probably won't see until the sequel when Kyrie returns.
Correct.
But something tells me Ainge knew what he was doing when he made that deal. Definitely.
And I can definitely say that Bron definitely used the reality chip that he acquired from beating the Pacers in the first round, and definitely made the Raptors changed his whole team dynamic.
Absolutely.
He actually changed K Love's reality.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the Raptors series.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. With that reality chip, he was able to. He was not only was he able to dominate the world or the planet of Toronto, but he also was able to decimate them to the point where they decided they needed to choose a new leader.
Yep. Absolutely.
So it's yet to see who that will be. As you all know, Toronto has fired Dwayne Casey.
And that's just one of the most disrespectful and ridiculous things I've seen personally. How do you have a coach have a franchise winning record, and that year you fire him?
The one seed,
and you fire him.
Coach of the year, allegedly. The coach of the year getting fired. Imagine that.
Yeah. I mean,
it's almost like Branos went.
Because that's exactly what he did. Snapped on him. And Dwayne Casey disappeared.
Yep.
Now they're going to hire Mike Budenholzer.
That's what it looks like. I think that's
allegedly.
I think that is at best a lateral movement. Ooh.
All right. The cojones on Yasun Tatum right now are overflowing.
Man, this guy's dragging them across the TD Garden.
Absolutely.
And who is that?
Rodney Hood.
What the? Ew.
Yeah, doing his best J.R. Smith impression.
All right.
Terry Rozier.
Oh. He got it to him a little late.
Got it back.
With the ball. Tatum with the hustle play. My goodness. Listen, don't force it. Don't force it. There you go. Don't force it. There you go. Okay.
Ooh, yeah. Rose.
Rose
wow.
with the Spider-Man, with the Miles Morales Spider-Man movement.
With the ultimate Spider-Man.
My goodness.
Maneuvers.
It reminded me of Ultimate Spider-Man, how when Spider-Man would make a move, and since he's so quick and agile,
right,
the attackers would often run into or bump into or jump into each other.
Right.
Hence what happened with Tristan Thompson and the other Cleveland Cavalier looking to block the shot.
Absolutely.
Kind of falling over each other as if they're trying to attack Miles Morales.
Yeah. We are definitely tying that ultimate universe into this hoop universe, this hoop continuity.
Absolutely.
that we've been watching since October. The National Basketball Association universe.
Yes.
The NBA CU, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely. The NBA CU. So this is interesting. They're gonna keep running this commercial.
Yeah. They're just gonna beat this horse to death, aren't they?
Shout out to CeeLo.
Yes, shout out to CeeLo.
That song, I remember hearing that as a child, and it immediately, caught me. And I can see why it's still, somewhat relevant to this day.
Absolutely.
Didn't degrade anybody.
Nope.
It was a guy who was frustrated with his natural position in life.
Absolutely.
Not only natural, but also self-induced as well, possibly even.
Yeah.
And he was just stating it. As we all know, the first step is what is the quote? To quote Lupe and other ancient philosophers, knowing is half the battle.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
fighting temptation.
Have
an apple.
All right. So it's just CeeLo having an apple. That's all it is. And just so happened to immortalize himself in the music industry, and also in the hoopiverse as well. Always being a reference point to wanting to ball or be tall.
Bro, we really did just bring that back around. to the hooposphere.
And, you only get this in No Hezzy.
That's exactly what I was about to say. And I hope you guys are hitting the follow button for this
You
channel.
only get this on No Hezzy.
You're only getting this here. No Hezzy Sundays brought to you by Malik the King and your friendly neighborhood Curt man here. You know what I'm saying? Bow, bow. Web slingers at you.
So, well, you can only get this here, and hope you go ahead and follow us on all platforms, all channels, all social medias, as David Barry would say with an S.
Absolutely.
So we only get one game today, and that we'll have to do. We'll have to, just have to eat on that. Jason Tatum is giving us something very tasty, though.
Very, very tasty. Quite the cuisine he's cooking up here. Mama in the crowd on Mother's Day, so it's a real treat for her.
Absolutely.
Just the young man just showing so much poise, and we got the young lady down here and Mr. Rose, or excuse me, the elder lady down there,
Yes.
And Mr. Rose, and just sharing a moment of pure joy. Hoop brings people together from all walks of life.
Absolutely.
And as music is the international language, hoop is definitely an international sport. I know football is the leading one, but let me tell you, there's a special place in everybody's heart for hoop.
Absolutely. And hoops only, it's just beginning.
Just beginning.
Whoa. Rozier.
Whoa.
Oh, Rozier.
Terry Rozier in
Scary
the house.
Terry.
Scary Terry. Don't do him so scary.
He's got the mask on and everything.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Now. Oh.
Whoa.
That
Yeah, that was.
Yeah. So all of you who are, Marcus Smart is a very strong player. He hustles a lot. He might hit the wide open three for you every now and then. But let's be very clear. You got to properly place these guys. All right.
Absolutely.
His skill set is lacking on multiple levels. He's a basic guard offensively.
Right.
And where he does make you better instantly is his defensive presence, his hustle, and his leadership ability on the floor. But yes, toughness as well. Guard version of PJ Tucker, so to say.
Absolutely.
Anyway, I just wanted to, just took that play just to remind people, kind of where guys might be at it, so to speak.
Absolutely.
But Scary Terry, man, he is balling out, and good defense from Ojale. He backpedaled the whole way like Deion Sanders, the whole length of the court.
Yeah.
And then right as Osman was looking to finish, put both of his hands straight up, got vertical without leaving his feet, and interrupted the flow and the ball from the layup, and he missed it.
Incredible.
He found a soft spot in the defense.
Absolutely.
Branos is contemplating. Looking at a different approach, so to speak. Oh, he just walked, but he got away with it. He walked as well. He got away with it. A lot of sloppy basketball. You know what? Just give Boston the ball. Just give him the ball. All right, they found the shot. Okay. All right, they found the shot. Finally,
Goodness
struggle
gracious.
bucket.
Yeah, seriously. We've ever seen one from the former Laker, the current gamer, Jordan Clarkson.
The Los Angeles Bachelor.
Absolutely. The Vegas Vagabond.
The loose Laker, so to say.
Loose Laker.
Very good friend of D'Angelo.
Yeah, absolutely.
D'Angelo Russell, as you all know, the Brooklyn combo guard.
Yeah.
Who also was a former Laker.
Absolutely.
So we must also add.
Yep. AKA Ratgate.
AKA Ratgate. The most famous rat in the NBA.
Absolutely.
The most famous rat in sports.
Definitely.
All right.
The most popular rodent.
Yes.
Currently working for a franchise.
Yes.
Sports franchise, that is.
As we all know, if you don't know, Magic Johnson, once he became the president of operations of the Los Angeles Lakers, one of his first moves was to bring in the exterminator
Absolutely.
and eradicate the rat.
Yep. Bring in the Orkin man. Get the rodents out.
He did so by trading him to Brooklyn for a pick and Brooke Lopez. And that pick manifested itself into Kyle Kuzma.
Indeed it did.
So I think we know where that stands.
Mm-hmm.
People still want to argue their points, spin narratives, alluding to D'Angelo being done a raw deal, or angry at the franchise for making such a move, such a bold move like that.
Right.
The player who was only his second year in.
Yeah, well, he didn't do himself any favors and help himself stick around now, did he?
I agree with that. Whatever it takes. That's what LeBron's shirt says.
Hopefully the ice water in his veins cold enough to last a few more seasons and support those knees, because the young man is talented, but the flesh is weak. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. The knees are weak. Read your word, family. Read your word.
The spirit is willing, but the knees are weak. All right. The hoop scripture from
hoop proverbs. All right.
From the hoop book.
Yeah.
All right.
Hoop precepts.
Yeah. Hoop precepts.
Daily hesitations, if you will.
Daily hesitations. All right. Get your daily hesitations.
Get your daily hesitation in.
Also, that's actually a great idea, Curt. Maybe we can tweet out like a
hesitation of the
day, which would be like a quote from some type of hoop related quote from an ancient day, even something that's lasted the test of time, been inscribed in the hoop walls, so to speak.
Absolutely.
We can kind of resurrect those and post those as a hesitation of the day, so you can get your daily hoop word.
I think the people would be fed quite nicely with the hesitation of the day. I say we definitely deliver that to the people.
I agree. So we'll get to that. We'll get on that. I really like that idea. Look, Mark Wahlberg's enjoying himself. Back when Mark Wahlberg, or is it Marky Mark? I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure who that is. Number 28.
Number 28. Let me see. I don't know who that is either.
I agree. Gary Terry exits the game.
That's all she wrote.
Baines looking to make a move from the perimeter and airballs the hook. Garbage time. Shout out to all the guys getting a taste of the fire,
Absolutely.
even if it's out and the coals are still burning.
Hey,
you still get to up your game however you can.
Absolutely. You need to know what this feels like.
Yep.
Because you might be with a different franchise next season. You might be overseas, but you want to these moments that the pinnacle. You want to be able to take that with you anywhere.
Absolutely.
That only ups your value.
Absolutely.
Raises your stock.
Abel Nader is who that is.
Oh, Nader, okay.
6'6". Looks like he is from Egypt. He was a second round draft pick in 2016 by Boston. He's been stashed
Okay.
And here he is manifested and revealed by Dr. Ainge.
Dr. Ainge. Yeah. DM Supreme.
And one lightweight Hank Stevens.
Hey, yeah. The IQ man himself.
Absolutely.
You know, getting those Stevens particles.
Absolutely.
You know, flowing through these young gentlemen.
Working in the quantum realm. Coaching from the quantum realm, that is. What Hank Stevens would be. Under the handle of Dr. Ainge.
Absolutely.
Allegedly. All right. You ask Hank, he might think he's running his own agenda under his own game.
Right.
That also plays into Dr. Ainge's narrative.
It definitely does.
He likes his handle to look loose.
Yep.
You know, that way, whenever the opportunity arises, he can squeeze and show you his cook work again.
Absolutely. Show you that cook acumen.
Absolutely. So we got Hank Stevens, aka Brad Stevens, coaching from the quantum realm. Developing his players from the quantum realm.
Absolutely.
All right. He's putting them in Stark technology, so they can shrink into the quantum realm where their practice happens.
Yep.
Where they report to practice.
Lightweight, the hoop dimension, kind of like the mirror dimension for Doctor Strange. Yeah. Dr. Ainge puts them in the hoop dimension where they can practice this mystical hoop tech and
quantum court.
Quantum court.
Yeah, that's where they go, to the quantum court.
The quantum garden.
Yeah. Quantum garden. It's rumored to be 3 inches in diameter, and all of these people have all shrunken into the quantum court
via the Stevens particles.
All right, and this is how they experience the game. That's just something you got to deal with if you're an opposing team coming into Boston.
Right.
You know, and you know, it has its disadvantages to you, of course, just like every city.
That's home court advantage for you.
Absolutely. So it's a 27-point game. Less than a minute left. I'm thoroughly satisfied.
Absolutely.
Say that. Boston, we've seen some excellent basketball by the Boston Celtics, and some very gutsy and heroic performances by their young players.
Absolutely.
Who all stayed within their roles.
Definitely.
We've seen Cleveland come out lackadaisical, and LeBron, for some reason, reluctant, even. And we see what the result is.
Yep. Celtics taking the W. Good IQ from Sebi, realizing he needs to clear half court so he doesn't get that unnecessary turnover on his box score, especially since he doesn't have a lot of minutes. That would look very bad. So
absolutely, and that also helps out. That was a potential knock to his plus minus.
Absolutely.
Which that's being calculated over time as well to be put into a statistic, which teams will be looking at once he's evaluated and he's in a situation to maybe stay or go to the next place. So great decision on multiple levels. Lightweight, a quantum decision.
One could call it a quantum decision
by Ojale. So shout out to him and the tutelage of Brad Stevens.
Al Horford getting the interview look.
Shout out to Doris Burke.
Shout out to Doris.
The one and only, the queen mother of the hoop world.
Queen mother. She definitely she's definitely the heart of the hoop national media community.
Absolutely. Lightweight, the tenderest heart in the league.
I would definitely say that. Definitely the most tender heart in this beloved
tender
league.
heart on the court. All right.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. So, Lee, I guess we can pretty much wrap this one up. I'll go ahead and get this sound out of there. So, what did we see today? What are our conclusions to today's game? I mean, the final score was let's take a look at the final score here. So, final score 83 Cavs, 108 Celtics. Thoughts?
I seen domination from a not only on the court from a point standpoint, but also from a preparation standpoint.
Okay.
It seems like Dr. Danny Ainge, has sent the message down to Brad Stevens, aka Hank Stevens, and he implemented the plan effectively to his team.
Absolutely.
They've all taken heed. They know exactly what their roles are. They know exactly the positions and the situations that they will be in as a team and individually.
Definitely.
And it seemed like they were all able to respond. The crowd was into it. I love the Boston crowd. It's one of my favorites in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a lot of people would choose to oust me from the Laker community because of that. But it is what it is.
That would be considered sacrilege to some.
And I can see that.
More seasoned, or shall I say, injured Lakers fans.
I agree. However,
old wounds
heal slowly but surely.
Indeed.
But I really like the way Brad Stevens had them prepared. And Jaylen Brown had an excellent stretch. Al Horford played solid all the way through. Jason Tatum started off very hot and aggressive, and he hit a big shot.
Yes.
As far as down the stretch in the fourth, that isolation pull-up.
Definitely.
So, think with Cleveland, I don't know what you do. But you got to do something. And I prefer them do it fast. Yeah, that was my observations. What about you, Curt? What did you see today?
I came away with definitely the notion that, as you said, Celtics are a very prepared team, very well prepared team, mentally, physically, chemistry and camaraderie wise. Brad Stevens is dialed in. He definitely, not that he had to do a lot to show this, but definitely showed that he is a better coach than Tyronn Lue and LeBron James.
Absolutely.
So, all I can say for the Cavs is you guys would do well to be aggressive next time around, and not that it's going to be the thing that definitely helps you win, but you won't take a L like this if you come in and mentally you stay in attack mode. Scared money don't make none, and we definitely saw them have an air of fear this time around. So my closing thoughts is this is going to be a heck of a series for us. What is the score? Another 196 as the score ended in the Celtics 108 and Cavs 83. So yeah, that's that. I mean, the score itself is a statement, and Cavs are really gonna have to bring it. I say next game. I don't think they don't want to be down 2 in Cleveland playing against these rabid, kids that Ainge has off the chain. So
absolutely. Now I will say this: Boston is undefeated at home in the playoffs. They have won only one game on the road in the playoffs. So, if there is a weakness, if there is a chink in the armor, if there is a vantage point, if there is a piece of soft tissue from which Branos can use to penetrate the entity that is manifested, known as the Boston Celtics,
right,
then it would be in Cleveland if they come out hard and strong.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, with that being said,
indeed,
I think I want to say from both of us and the Noesi family, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching the game with us, going through our analyzations and throwing in your questions too. Yeah, that's right. Goddamn. Whew. Yeah. Yes. That was Anno the one. Anno. That was his response.
Another one, 96.
Oh, another one, 96. There we go. That was his response to the score.
Another one. And we will catch you guys for another one soon. Make sure you follow us. Weekly updates, but we are going to definitely be doing game updates for West and Eastern Conference Finals. You will see Black Moses in studio. You will see Schwab, aka J.R. Schwab, in studio. There will be Curt Cam, and you will definitely see this guy Malik the King in here. But until then, follow us on all social media. Snow Hezzy, you can find us. Blessings to you and yours. You guys take care.
Peace.